What makes Trae Young so hard to guard? The 2021 NBA playoffs were chock full of memorable moments and ascending superstars. Outside of the Greek Freak bringing Milwaukee its first championship since 1971, Devin Booker cemented his place amongst the NBA's elite, and Playoff P finally silenced the haters. However, perhaps the biggest star of the 2021 NBA postseason was the Atlanta Hawks franchise point guard Trae Young. Young was dominant all season, leading his Hawks team to a 41-31 record, which was tied fourth in the East, while averaging 25.3 points, 3.9 rebounds, and 9.4 assists per game on 44% shooting from the field, 34% from deep, and 88% from the line. Although his most inspiring performances came in the playoffs, where he carried his Atlanta Hawks past the first two rounds of the playoffs and into the franchise's second ever Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in over 54 years. At just 22 years old, there's no question that Trae Young's already made a name for himself and is surely set to become one of the future faces of the NBA. But now it's time to take a deep dive into what makes Trae Young so hard to guard. 1. Limitless Range. The most obvious place to start with Trae Young is his long-range shooting, as even a non-basketball fan could pick up on the fact that this guy can launch it from a mile away if he wants to. In Game 1 of the NBA Division Finals, Trae Young scored or assisted on 72 points, which is the most points ever accumulated in a conference finals or division finals game. In the blink of an eye, the young point guard's already ascended into one of the game's premium talents, and without a doubt, one of his deadliest abilities is his limitless range. Trae shoots the ball so deep, it's ridiculous. So much so that 55% of his points came from pull-up jumpers, and of those, 28% were strictly from long range. The NBA three-point line is between 22 and 23.75 feet, depending on where you are, and Trae shot just 5 threes between that distance this season, but shot 49 threes beyond 25 to 29 feet. Simply put, the average three-pointer for Trae is several feet behind the three-point line. In fact, he also hit 15 threes from 30 to 34 feet this season, meaning that he's hit more shots from at least 30 feet out than from the actual three-point line. This means he forces the defense to stretch out and cover him as soon as he crosses half court. By extending the defense this far off the three-point line, it opens up the whole court and creates way more passing lanes and spacing on offense. Most people are efficient at hitting shots once they're in position and well balanced, but it appears that Trae Young can knock down deep balls from just about any angle, including off the dribble from the left or the right, off the catch from the left or the right, stepping backwards, fading away, or even when his shooting motion or shot pocket are disrupted from good defense. Part of his success from long range comes from the ridiculously high arc on his shot, as well as his silky soft follow-through and snappy shooting motion. Trae also excels tremendously with the athleticism that surrounds him in Atlanta, as it allows him to put more pressure on the defense, specifically while in transition. Just with his ability to throw outlet passes and knock down transition threes where he's stepping in, when he's shooting in rhythm, he's a devastating long-range shooter from the second he crosses half court, and this can cause major problems for any defense. 2. Elite Passing. Young entered the NBA as an elite passer, and yet still nobody could have predicted what he's been able to accomplish in his short time in the league. In just his first season playing professionally, he managed to finish second in the NBA in total assists with 653, only going behind to the triple-double king himself, Russell Westbrook. In fact, Young's exceptional rookie season gave him the most assists ever by a rookie 20 years old or younger, surpassing some all-time greats like Chris Paul, Isaiah Thomas, and Magic Johnson. Young has every conceivable type of pass in his arsenal: lobs, bounce passes through traffic, full court bounce passes, left-handed sidearm passes, nutmegs, passes out of double teams, skip passes. He's got everything. But perhaps the scariest part about this revelation is that Young's ability as a passer is only going to grow with time. The joy that Young gets from his skills as a distributor extends far beyond getting a pass from point A to point B. Young's more Magic Johnson than John Stockton in that sense, meaning that he doesn't just want to make passes, he wants to make plays and do things that will make the fans stand up from their seats. He helps to create more of a spectacle for the average NBA fan, coming off back-to-back NBA seasons in which he averaged more than 9 assists per game, so 9.3 in 2019 and 9 in 2020. Part of this comes from the fact that he has exceptional court vision and awareness and seems to naturally make the right decision at the last second. Trae Young is adept at creating opportunities out of nowhere on the court and generally within the final seconds of the shot or game clock. His awareness of where his teammates are on the court is remarkable, and he seems to always have full control of the possession from start to finish. In fact, people have even compared Trae's world-class passing to the likes of NBA Hall of Famer Steve Nash due to the flashiness and speed at which he can facilitate the passes and at any moment. 3. Quick reflexes, first step. Another underappreciated aspect of Trae Young's game is his ridiculously quick reflexes. This includes everything from his sneaky quick first step to his deceivingly quick shooting form. He's excellent at making a quick move at the opportune moment, and he's naturally adept at changing speeds and freezing his defenders due to his underrated basketball IQ. His ability to dictate the pace of play allows him to survey the defense properly and never feel out of control with the ball in his hands. He also carries one of the quicker releases in the game with a snappy shooting motion that's about as unassuming as it gets. This quick release is part of the reason why he's so successful with those short mid-range floaters, and also part of the reason why he's so successful at getting late shots up. Sometimes a teardrop layup or risky floater is the only option for a 6'1" Trae Young, but it's by no means his last resort. In fact, Young has been practicing his mechanics since he was a kid when he used to shoot over the top of broomsticks with his dad. So you don't have to look far to see why he's got one of the deadliest floaters in the NBA. He's not super athletic, but he's sneaky, quick and crafty, and when it comes down to his handle and ability to read the defense, he's truly one of the game's best. Plus, he's more than capable of shooting from wherever he pleases, which is a scary combo. 4. Pest, attitude, kill or be killed type mentality. At the end of the day, some players are just wired differently and seem capable of handling just about anything, even when pressurized situations are thrown their way. And Trae Young has been one of these types of players ever since his early playing days in high school and college. Likely due to his slight stature in terms of size, he's been bullied at every level he's competed at. He's used to having teams play physically, target him, and try to take him out of games, so he's not fazed when the biggest moments come knocking on the door. Everyone always talks about talent, skill, potential, but what happens in between the ears is typically the difference between the player reaching their potential and becoming a star versus a player that just relies on their God-given talent and that we only get to see their potential in short spurts. Trae Young just has that mental toughness that you need to reach the pinnacle of the NBA, and he might just have all the technical tools to get there as well. He's essentially an angrier version of Steph Curry. Conclusion. In his first 3 seasons in the NBA, Trae Young's already putting up Hall of Fame numbers. 2018, 19 points per game, 8.1 assists per game, shooting 82% from the free throw line. 2019, 29.6 points per game, 9.3 assists per game, shooting 86% from the free throw line. 2020, 25.3 points per game, 8.9 assists per game, shooting 88% from the free throw line. Trae Young is the bona fide leader of the Atlanta Hawks and plays even better when the game's on the line and against elite competition. This season, Atlanta was 13-2 in games decided by 5 points or less, and both the Knicks and 76ers rank in the top 5 defensively all season long, and both of which Young torched on his way to the Eastern Conference Finals. His tight handles, herky-jerky change of pace, deadly floaters, runners, teardrops, step-backs, and deep threes off the dribble are all the reasons why Trae Young should be considered one of the best players in the NBA.